Now, hello everyone, welcome back to the Madden 19 season simulation for the Green Bay Packers. My name is Bridger Webb. Now, unfortunately, as you might notice by the length of the video, this isn't going to be a full game today. I am fighting off a pretty nasty cold, and I can't make through about 10 minutes without having a coughing fit. So I'm going to give you the short and skinny, excuse me, as we get ready for Week 2 as the Packers take on the Vikings from Lambeau Field. The Packers coming off a pretty disappointing start of the season from last week against the Bears in this simulation. However, in real life, the Packers ended up beating the Bears 10-3, so the simulation was wrong. But to start this game here, Vikings kick off. It's Davis on the return. Brings it out to about the 29-yard line or so. That's where the Packers will start at first down and 10. Now from here, Rodgers will drop back, throw to Jimmy Graham. It's going to be about a 23-yard gain, bring it into Vikings territory. And from right here, the Packers start off with a pretty good drive. Rodgers drops back, throws to Allison, then brings it out inside the red zone here. Now, this drive is much more impressive than the Packers' whole game from last season in the simulation. So they get within the 10-yard line, but from here they're not able to do much. So the Packers will be forced to kick. Crosby's kick is good, so the Packers are up 3-0. So Minnesota's not able to do much on their drive here. So on third down, Cousins drops back and gets sacked by Clay Matthews. So they aren't able to do much there at all. So on fourth down and long, Vikings will punt it away. Now Davis is going to bring this one back for a nice return there. Shakes a defender or two. But as you can see there, penalty markers on the field. This is going to be a face mask against the Vikings. Now from here, Packers aren't able to do much. And Rodgers drops back, and he's going to get blown up in the backfield. And that'll run out the clock for the first quarter. So Packers are up 3-0 going into the second quarter. Now, when they start the second quarter here, Packers are setting up for a field goal. And Crosby's kick just doesn't have enough leg to it, which is rather unlikely in this situation. So it's a failed field goal attempt. So it's second down and 9 now. And Vikings get ready to go. And Cousins will snap the ball, hand it off to Dalvin Cook, right-hand side. He shakes a few defenders, breaks free, and has no one in front of him, no one behind him. So this is going to be a huge 54-yard touchdown for the Vikings, and they will strike first with the touchdowns. With the field goal will make it 7-3. Now here, Packers aren't able to do much, so next drive for the Vikings, Packers defense makes pretty big stops here. And on third down and 11 now, Cousins will drop back, throw to Kendall Wright, and this is going to be a massive 74-yard touchdown pass for the Vikings, and with the field goal, it's up 14-3. So from here, the Packers will begin their march downfield. It's a pretty good throw to Jimmy Graham right there. They'll get the first down. Now from here, Rodgers will drop back, and he will launch one for 53 yards to Randall Cobb as he gets dropped at about the 10-yard line. And then with a few plays, they inch closer to the goal line. Rodgers will throw to Geronimo Allison. This will be their first touchdown of the season. And with the field goal, it's now 14-10. Vikings don't do much, so Green Bay starts their drive now to hopefully get the lead. So they make a nice throw. Awesome catch by Randall Cobb there. Tiptoes along the sideline. And then they inch up a little bit further, and from here they're at the 20-yard line. Rodgers will snap the ball, drop back. Looking, throws, and this one's going to be caught by Jimmy Graham for the touchdown. So right before halftime, Packers take the lead with the field goal 14-17 as they go into halftime here now. At the halftime stats, the passing yards for the Packers, 196 yards. But that's pretty much the only significant thing from the Packers during the half. Vikings are pretty well-rounded, 63 yards passing, 65 yards rushing, 9.8 yards per play on average. That's pretty nice for the Vikings there. Now, to start the third quarter, nothing really goes on for either team. There's really no action, but the Packers will take a field goal and kick it up. So the Packers will extend their lead now. So it's 20-14 going into the fourth quarter. Now from here, Vikings have a pretty solid drive. They get inside the red zone here. Packers defense, though, will really come up with some big plays and stop them. And on third down and goal, Cousins is going to get sacked. But the Vikings will keep their offense on the field. And look at that. It's going to be a penalty marker on the Vikings. It'll be a false start that'll push them back to the 18-yard line. But the Vikings will decide to still keep their offense on the field. Cousins drops back and looks and passes it to Diggs for an 18-yard touchdown. So now Vikings are up 21-20. Now from here, Packers starting their winning drive, or hopefully their winning drive. They get some pretty solid passes on the play, or on the drive, I should say, excuse me. Rodgers being able to connect pretty well with passing here today. You can see I believe Jimmy Graham right there. Now, notice from right here, the clock is still running. Packers have all 3 timeouts. And there's now 10 seconds left to go. They're on the 5-yard line. Clock is still winding down. Offense is still on the field. The Packers decide to hand it off to the right-hand side, get it to the 3-yard line. They do not get the touchdown. Yeah, Coach, we're feeling the same way. So Packers will lose it on a very stupid decision, 21-20. Now from here, the total offense for the Packers, 373 yards, 58 of them rushing, 315 yards passing for Aaron Rodgers. Packers pick up 18 first downs and 0 turnovers. Vikings have 211 total yards on offense, 86 rushing, 125 passing, 6 first downs, and 0 turnovers. So, but the Packers will go into Week 3 0-2. Now, for the third down conversions, Packers are 7 for 11 for the day. That's 63%. Vikings 2 for 6. And fourth down conversions 1 for 1 for the Vikings, which led to the winning touchdown. Now, Rodgers for the day was 27 for 37 for 323 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kirk Cousins finished the day with 9 for 14, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Now from here, the Packers will have to collect themselves, coming off a very sad and disappointing second week loss to the Vikings here, and they will take on the Denver Broncos next week at home, right in the middle of the day once again. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm very sorry once again I'm not able to give you a full game, but sure enough, next week I'll be able to get you guys the content that you're looking for. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.